Hello, Leo. It's the Scorpio Stellium here. I'm going to take a look at your predictions for the week of October 11th through 17th, but I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to be actually showing you why I come to the conclusions that I do. So I'm going to be talking you through some of the tarot card meanings as well as the astrological associations. So it's like tarot teaching as well. I would love to know what you think of this in the comments. If you would just tell me like, hey, I loved this. Hey, this was like, too much for me. I didn't want to do it. This was a chore to watch. Let me know too, okay? All right, Leo, let's take a look. I think you're gonna like it. I think so. All right. What's going on for you this week, Leo? So I'm gonna be reading this as a progression, like a timeline chronologically. We're starting off at the beginning of the week. We're going into the middle of the week, and we are closing out the week. Okay, so here we have, starting off nice. I mean, Nine of Cups. How can you get any better than the Nine of Cups? I love the Nine of Cups. I often call this the wish card because it is like having your desires met. It is Jupiter and Pisces. Jupiter being the greater benefic. There's two main planets, Venus and Jupiter, that are beneficial. They always bring gifts and blessings. Jupiter is the greater one, the bigger one, brings the most amount. And it's in Pisces, where it's in what we call domicile. It's happy. It's in its home there. So Pisces is about dreams, okay? It's about the things that we like, love, our spiritual, our soul self, right? So here we see Jupiter expanding that. It's like the dreams coming true. That's how you start out the week. That's great. Then we have the Judgment reversed. So things do kind of flip around pretty quickly. You got something that you wanted, but Judgment reversed, there's something that you are ignoring here. Some type of issue, some type of call, there's a sign basically that you've been being sent by the universe in some way that you're not paying attention to. Judgment is about like the big, trumpet going off that's like, oh, here's where I'm supposed to go. I'm supposed to go that way. And, reverse, you're not hearing it. You're not listening to it. The Five of Pentacles is reversed. So this is also next to it telling me that there has been a period for you where you were feeling abandoned, you were feeling left out, you were feeling uncared for, and you're not feeling that quite as strongly anymore, okay? It's not as big of a theme in your life, but it's, at least this week, but it's still there to some degree. Now, normally when I see this card, I'm like, okay, so now you're feeling cared for. That's how I'm going to see it a lot of times. But in this reading, next to the reverse Judgment card, it feels like something is not really corrected. Something is not really sitting right with you in your heart. And it goes on, into the middle of the week where this is confirmed to me. This week is a lot of ups and downs. I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of energy shifts here. So those are the places that I like to pull clarifying cards. So we'll do that in a second. 10 of Wands is next. 10 of Wands is burdens. Okay, it is restriction. It's like you're trying to move ahead. That's, okay, this is Saturn in Sagittarius. You're trying to move ahead. That's Sag, okay? Where you have this adventurous spirit, this expansive kind of energy that is being crushed by Saturn. Saturn is the restrictor. It's making it hard. It's hard work. It's like, okay, we're going to let you move ahead, but it's going to be 2 steps forward and 1 step back. So you are probably feeling this right now, or will be feeling this in the middle of the week, where it's hard. It's a struggle. It's burdens. It's just like, oh God, can somebody share this with me a little bit? Because I feel like I'm doing it all myself. Okay, 6 of Pentacles is right next to it. So it does look like, yay, you get the help that you need. The 6 of Pentacles is about giving help. It's about generosity. It's about kindness and caring for others. And I think that you, having it next to this, you are getting that help that you're needing. Maybe you actually verbalized it and said, hey, can you help me? Can you do some of this? Or maybe you delegated those tasks, or somebody just saw that, like, gosh, this Leo, this sweet little Leo, they are struggling and they need me right now. And so they're caring for you. For some of you, you may even, be feeling a little under the weather, or you may be feeling like you may need a loan, you may need some money. There's something there where somebody is caring for you, taking some of that burden off. And then I have the reverse King of Swords next to it. So the court cards often represent people. In this particular case, I think that is so. The King of Swords reversed here is, he's not being fair. He's not being logical about it. You don't feel like you are being heard in some situation by a particular individual. Maybe they are in a position of authority. This is a king card, so generally the kings are, kind of at the top of the food chain there. It could be a boss. It could be a father. This could be a woman as well. It doesn't matter gender-wise. It just matters that this is somebody who has some type of authority in your life and they are abusing their authority. Again, that's one of those ones we will clarify. And the end of the week, the reversed Eight of Wands next to the Page of Pentacles. Interesting, because Eight of Wands is about messages and they're not coming through right now. So Page of Pentacles is learning. You're figuring out, how do I make myself heard? And I think that goes back to this reversed King of Swords. How do I make my point here? How do I get what I need to say across, that like you're seeing this wrong? I feel like this person is misjudging you or the situation. And then the Five of Pentacles, well, there might have to be a little bit of an argument about it. And sometimes an argument is not fun, or at least a confrontation. It may not be like an argument, but a confrontation of some kind where it's uncomfortable to make the point that needs to be made. And that's how it closes out the week. Okay? Dang, dang, dang. All right, so I just want to see like a happy week where it's like all love and sunshine and rainbows and roses. I don't get a lot of those weeks. It's always a mixture of good and bad. That's life. Okay, so let's take a look at some of these cards that we wanted to clarify, where the energy kind of shifts, feels funny, cards draw me in. I'm like, what's going on here? So really, reverse Judgment and reverse Five of Pentacles, they go together. They make sense. It's like you are not able to make something come back or work or be revitalized in your life. And it's making you feel like you have to, I don't know, let it go, maybe. It's like the reverse Five of Pentacles, is that energy of, I kind of feel abandoned, maybe not as bad as I could, but I'm not feeling taken care of. So these have things in common. They're not super positive cards. So what doesn't make sense is having the Nine of Cups there, because damn, that's a nice card. That's having a dream realized. That's what I call the wish card. So let's see what the wish card is doing at the beginning of a spread like this. Okay, Ten of Swords, Eight of Wands, reversed Knight of Coins. Okay, so what we have here is being betrayed. So we put some force, we put some effort towards it. We have a conversation, we put ourselves out there. And Knight of Coins, we are not having this move ahead as quickly as we want. So what I feel like for this Nine of Cups here, this wish card, is that this is a goal you're working towards still. I don't think that it's perfectly realized at this point, because the cards around it are, and the cards clarifying it, are saying that we're not really getting this situation fixed where betrayal is a rough word. I mean, that is a very hard word, but you could have been lied to. You could have been stabbed in the back, or you could have, somebody who said that they were going to be there for you wasn't there for you. It can be a bunch of things. I feel like betrayal is such a specific kind of word, but this is the type of energy that we are talking about. So I think that you are trying to figure out a way to work it out here with somebody else, because I am seeing the Eight of Wands. I am feeling like there's communication or messages happening. Maybe you're just happy that you're finally talking to somebody about what's going on or what you feel about them, about this situation where you feel like they weren't there for you. Okay, so let's look at the second line here with the Ten of Wands, your burden, your Six of Pentacles, somebody helped you out, but then the King of Swords. This is where they're not giving you a fair shake. They're not hearing your side. They're misusing their power. And you don't even get to really state your case. So let's look at that. All reversals, and even Strength reverse, which Strength is the major arcana card associated with Leo. So we know we are definitely on the right track here when we pull the Strength card, but it is reversed. All these are reversed. The Eight of Swords, the Six of Swords, and Strength, all reversed. You're trying to figure out how to get yourself out of this mess, and you don't know if you're going to be able to do it. That's what's happening this week. I'm not going to try to sugarcoat it and tell you like, oh, but you will, or, we're just going to look at this week. You'll have to watch next week to see, what happens, or maybe you can tell me how this applies in your life. But there's not progress here, and you are trying desperately to figure out how you can do this, how you can change your mind about it, how you can get out of the mess. Okay, let's take a look at this Eight of Wands reverse. This is where I don't feel like there's the necessary talks that need to be happening with this person who is not being fair to you or misjudging you. And then here's where you try to figure out how you can do it, how you can be heard, and then it kind of it results in an argument. The Lovers. Okay, so this is about your love life, huh? I was thinking maybe job, because the King of Swords is so career-oriented. I still think it's going to be about job for some of you. I still think it's going to be about somebody who's actually in a position of authority over you for some of you. But for a lot of you, it's going to be about your mate, your partner, the person that you want to talk to, you're not talking to, and you just, damn it, can't figure out how to say the right thing to get the right result, because it's getting in a little fight with them. There's gonna be a little fight. And y'all, I'm gonna try to avoid this because my husband's a Leo. So I'm like, don't fight with me, baby. I don't want to fight. The Emperor reversed. Okay, boundaries. Remember that. Okay, don't say something that you can't take back. Don't say something that you are going to regret later. Don't have contempt. Don't be an asshole in the fight, okay? I love you, Leos. I think that you're precious. Obviously, I married one, so I do. But you're going to have to be nice. Be nice to your loved one. Remember that you do love them. You love this person. This can be a best friend, too, but there's some fight brewing this week. And it's probably because you are just feeling the stress. You're feeling like there's too much on your shoulders right now, really. So don't take it out on somebody that you love. Okay, let's do pick a card as your message from the universe, your message from the greater divine, from God, angel, spirit, whatever you want to call that. I am not going to just show you the card and then read it. I'm actually going to be giving you a choice of 3 cards so that your message is personalized. I think this one is the Sacred Bridges Tarot, and it's a cool deck because it's very positive. A lot of decks have, so if you want a deck that's a little more gentle, and I also like that it's hand-drawn. She did all of this artwork by hand on here. None of it's digital, which I really appreciate. I feel like that just changes something about the energy of a tarot deck. Okay, so here's your 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. I'll give you a second. You choose which card is your message. Don't pick them all. They're not all for you. One of them's for you. Okay? All right, the first card, your message, the Shaman of Staves. Okay, this is a wand card. This is telling you that you have what's the word I'm looking for? You have the resolve, you have the skill, you have the ability, the confidence to take action that's positive and helpful in your life this week. So it's reminding you that you still have power over your own life, even though a lot of this week feels out of your control, okay? So the second card, the Fool, all right? This is telling you, look before you leap. Don't make any rash decisions. Don't base like a whole bunch on what happens this week. It's just a period of time. So it's just, don't be foolish. All right. And then here, the third card is Kali, which is the death card in this deck. And it's telling you that there is something that whenever something ends, and something may be ending for you, maybe in the process of that ending, that something else comes out of it, that there is a transformation. So it's not like all is lost. Once a door closes, another, window opens. Okay. So it's reminding you that this is a transition time, and you're just going to have to buckle down and handle that for right now, but things are going to get better in the future. Okay. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I will see you again next week.